Hey everyone, and welcome back for part 2 of our Nintendo Switch holiday sales coverage. And currently, with over 5,000 games on sale, trying to find the best ones can be quite challenging. Don't worry, in today's video we'll be looking at 35 more of the best pickups in this sale. Now if you did miss part 1, it'll be linked in the description down below and the top pinned comment. And also, don't forget that about halfway through the video, I'll be giving away a $10 eShop gift card. If you want to participate in those giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel, drop a comment down below, and check out the next video to see if you won. Now with all that out of the way, let's jump straight into today's deals. And just remember, if you are liking the video, hit that like button. We're going to start off today with a couple of games from the same series, with Doom 2016 being at a brand new low of 80% off $7.99, and Doom Eternal back to 75% off $9.99, and both these games running till January 4th. Now both these games are pretty much the best single-player campaign-based FPS games we have on the Nintendo Switch. They offer fast-paced, high-octane gory action, set to an amazing heavy metal-inspired soundtrack that just adds so much to the gameplay. Doom 2016 was a great reinvention of the Doom series for a modern audience, and Doom Eternal just took it to another level. Many people even thought that Doom Eternal would never actually run on the Switch, but the good news is that although it's not maybe the graphically best version of the game, it still runs incredibly well. And right now, being able to pick up both these games together at under $20 is a total steal. Now our next game for today is another one hitting a brand new low, and that is going to be Axiom Verge, now at 75% off, only $4.99, once again running till January 4th. Now this time around, we have a 2D side-scrolling action Metroidvania that is very much heavily inspired by the original Super Metroid. And although the storyline is totally original, the visual design of the environments, the way the exploration is handled, it'll evoke heavy nostalgia for one of the Super Nintendo's best games. Once again, this is another game offering an absolutely fantastic soundtrack that complements the gameplay, and would definitely be one of those games that I consider a must-play for Metroidvania fans because it truly evokes the best of the genre. This game was already a great pick at its full price. Today at under $5, it's absolutely insane. Our next games for today are what I will call the classic PS1 Final Fantasies, with Final Fantasy VII, VIII, and IX all at a brand new low of 60% off between $6.39 and $8.39, all running till January 4th. Now in my opinion, still today, these are among some of the best JRPGs that you can currently play on the Nintendo Switch. And although depending on the entry, the graphics might definitely start to feel quite a bit dated, the gameplay, the characters, the storyline are among some of the best. Not to mention that at these incredibly low prices, almost each one of these games will offer at least 50 hours of gameplay, if not way more, if you go for a completionist run. And if you don't know quite where to start, well, my personal favorite is still Final Fantasy VII, however IX is a very close second. So if you hadn't had a chance to add these classics to your collection yet, right now is a great time. Now yet again, we have a game hitting a brand new low with Saints Row the Third, the full package, at 80% off, only $3.99, running till January 4th. Now if you didn't already know, this game is a third-person action-adventure game set in an open world. And I think what the Saints Row series is best known for is the over-the-top antics, action, and also very raunchy humor. And if you enjoy other open world series like the Grand Theft Auto series, then Saints Row the Third, especially at this incredibly low price, is definitely worth a try. And although personally I still think that the fourth entry is the one that goes the craziest with the action, the third one is still an incredibly solid entry. The only thing I would warn about this one is that if you are playing in front of a younger audience, do be careful. There's a lot of sex, drugs, and foul language. Now next, we have Hades, that is back to 50% off, $12.49. This one, however, running till January 5th. Now this game I think for most will need no introduction, but it is basically a top-down action roguelike. And in the game you are playing as the son of Hades that is basically trying to escape the underworld. And in typical roguelike fashion, you're going to have to level up your character, enhance your skills, till you manage to do it in one and only run. But what definitely sets this roguelike apart and makes it one of the best on the whole system is the absolutely great storytelling. Where in between each run, you're going to dig deep into learning about each one of the characters, and the awesome Greek god-inspired world that the game creates. Once again, this game is firing on all cylinders with fast-paced action that has very responsive controls, truly amazing visuals, and on top of it, a killer soundtrack. And lastly, to round it all off, although I do consider this game challenging, it is probably one of the most accessible roguelikes for newcomers to the genre. Now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winner of the $10 eShop gift card. And our winner for today is going to be Scruffy, who said, "The ukulele games are good value for the sales price. You'll get good weekend of entertainment with them." And I totally agree with you, Scruffy. I would even say they are great value at these prices. Now, all you need to do to claim your $10 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. Now, if we jump straight back into our deals, our next one is going to be on Carrion that's hitting a brand new low of 70% off, $5.99, running till January 4th. Now, once again, we have a 2D Metroidvania. However, this one has an extremely original playstyle, and it actually flips the genre on its head, where you are playing a monster trying to escape an underground lab, all the while feeding on the humans within. The more you eat, the bigger you get, and the more you develop new abilities. It even adds in a certain level of horror and creepiness to the genre. And because of its incredibly original take on the genre, this is actually one of my favorite Metroidvanias on the Nintendo Switch. And once again, at only $5.99, I would call this one an absolute steal. Now next, we have yet again another game hitting a brand new low, with Star Ocean First Departure R hitting 70% off, $6.29, running till January 4th. Now this game is the remake of a classic action JRPG. And first of all, one of its strongest points is its graphical style that will remind you very heavily of HD 2D. Secondly, it is in my opinion an underrated JRPG that has a storyline that is extremely fun to play through. Not to mention that it also sets up the storyline for what is possibly the best entry in the series that actually just released this year as well on the Nintendo Switch. Fortunately, the second one isn't currently on sale, but right now at this incredibly low price, it's an extremely good time to get up to speed with the first one. Also, if you're into action RPGs and you're looking for a slightly shorter one, well, this one can be finished in between 20 to 25 hours on average, meaning that it's really great for someone that's not looking for a huge time commitment. Now next, we have a game going back to its lowest ever price, with Death's Door back to 60% off, $7.99, running till January 4th. Now this game is a top-down action-adventure game that very much follows a Zelda-like formula. However, be careful for this one because it also adds in a fairly challenging Souls-like combat system, and in my opinion will take quite a bit of dedication to actually see the end of the game. The investment is definitely worth it because it offers a great world to explore with some amazing side characters. And it once again has an absolutely amazing art style backed up with a truly beautiful soundtrack. So if you're a Zelda fan that would like an extra dose of challenge at this incredibly low price, this game is an absolutely great pickup. Now to follow that up, we also have Eastward that is back to its lowest ever price of 50% off, $12.49, running till January 4th. Now this is once again another top-down action-adventure game that does follow a quite Zelda-like formula. And although it does offer its moments of challenge, the difference here is this one is much more approachable than our previous entry. At the same time, it does offer a lot of original gameplay. For one, you'll have to swap between two different playable characters, each with very different playstyles, and sometimes having to combine their abilities to solve puzzles. The game also has an incredibly touching storyline, and we're supposed to be getting some DLC pretty soon. And just like the previous game, beautiful art style, and great soundtrack. So if you're looking for, once again, a Zelda-like, but you don't want that extra dash of challenge, this one's going to be an excellent pick. Now next, we have 2 Point Hospital, the Jumbo Edition, hitting a brand new low of 80% off, only $7.99, running till January 4th. Now this game is a time management park builder. And don't be fooled by the hospital setting, this one actually takes a much more comedic approach to building a hospital, with most of the different treatment rooms leaning very heavily on the humor and actually feeling a lot more like theme park rides. At the same time, I was actually surprised by how much depth this game had, and on top of it, this one offers all the DLC included, which will mean hours upon hours of gameplay. Not to mention that the controls are also very well adapted to the Nintendo Switch. And I've got to say, although this game came out a few years ago, it is still among one of the best park builders we have, possibly only surpassed by the other entry in the series, which is 2 Point Campus, which has a very similar concept, however set in a university campus setting. And you can also pick up that one on sale if you want to, however it will cost you almost double at $13.59 because it is 66% off. But we're not done with the deals yet, it's time for today's sizzle reel of deals with some other amazing choices for this sale. So we're now at the end of today's video, but we're definitely not done with the sales yet. Keep your eyes peeled over the next week and a half because we'll be covering some other great games available in this sale. And at the same time, don't forget to let me know what you picked up in the comments down below. I also want to give a huge shout out to my channel supporters. You can check out all their names on the end screen of the video. And don't forget on the way out to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, click on the notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, hope I'll see you in my next video.